Hello everybody, it's Marci from wavesofcommunication.com. Welcome to another episode of the Language Facilitation Helpline podcast, and thank you for tuning in today. The fastest results come when you enjoy the process of language facilitation. Hello, language facilitators, and welcome back to another episode from the Language Facilitation Helpline podcast and my Waves of Communication YouTube channel. Very glad that you're here today. We're talking this week about this topic. I've got 10 tips to help language facilitators facilitate faster speech evolution in 2023. And this is part 2. And I know that these are the tips that work because I've been using them with families all over the world to elevate and escalate their progress with spoken language. So remember, your job as the facilitator is we don't make kids do anything, we facilitate their improvement. And if you haven't seen, there is a part 1 to this. Look on the channel, that's the video right before this or the episode right before this, where you will see tips 1 through 5. Let's get digging in to tip number 6, which is to help you facilitate faster speech evolution through maintaining connection over expectation. And the way you do this is to reward cooperative effort instead of outcomes and work as a team. So the idea here for tip number 6 is that connection that you're going to be maintaining. Now, in the workbook, there is a connection chart where you can see where in this level your child is connected with you. If it's below the line, you won't see speech improvement. And the higher your level of connection is, potentially the faster your improvement will happen, because right here, you're just creating a balanced and earning trust, because no progress happens without trust. But way up here, you are motivating the passion for communication, to talk about the things that the late talker really wants to get out and share with the world. So that's why connection over expectation is the key here to this tip to help you move forward faster with spoken language. And how you do that, again, is by working as a team. Instead of making your child doing things, teaching, testing, rewarding, you do everything cooperatively. And you appreciate the fact that your child has shown up, is interested at least in watching you do the job, and offering whatever level of participation and cooperation that they choose to do, that they choose to show up and participate and be there with you. And you want to motivate that as much as possible, because the more connection you have, just like we see in this chart right here, the better your connection, the faster the spoken language evolves. So that's what's so important about gauging, and where your mindset needs to be is not on how fast they're making improvement. I know you want faster progress, but that can't be where your focus is. Your focus is on bringing your child up with you, helping them choose to motivate, to try harder, to shift, to give up some of those old things and replace them with something new. Only happens when they work together with you, that they feel safe, that you're there as a connected partner for them. That's really what's going to motivate your child to improve more quickly. All right, so let's look at tip number 7 right here, which is to create experiences that are important to your family values. Now, the reason that this is going to help you get faster improvement is because it's motivating for you as well as the late talker, because you're going to empower win-win negotiation by giving and taking and facilitating maximum potential, right? We don't just want things to happen one time. We want them to happen over and over again. We want new habits of using spoken language to create and motivate and develop in your child. And the way that happens is by you showing up and doing, let's see just what it says here, creating experiences that are important to your family values. So this is where things like your religious practices, your sporting events, like if you're a football family or a cricket family or a soccer family or whatever, baseball family, dance family, that's how you're going to see real fast improvement, because you're highly motivated as the facilitator, as the parent, as the one who's in charge of this environment. These family values are important to you. The level of politeness your child uses, the level of attention and focus that they give to caregivers, the way they take care of other people, and consider other people's feelings in their actions. These are the values that you can bring in to your language facilitation work that will elevate and escalate progress. Because remember, when your child sees the passion in you, look right here, they see that you're passionate about your duas, about your sports team, about your cooking, about your dancing, about the way you wash the car, whatever you're passionate about in your family, that reflects off of you all the time. You won't stop making sure things are done very well if you're passionate about them. And that's how you facilitate excellence, because we don't just want faster progress. We want faster, good progress. We want more valuable speech, more clear speech, more appropriate speech to come out of your child on their will when they want, right? How are you going to facilitate that? By showing up with passion yourself about the things that your family is passionate about. That's where the superpowers come in. What you're passionate about is what you're good at and what you value, because you have done the work to get good at that thing. It's important for you to have the meal cooked a certain way, or the clothes washed a certain way, or the house cleaned a certain way, or the job done a certain way, because you value it. And this value that you are projecting every day about what you care about and why is what is going to be picked up and increase the motivation in the late talker to bring their value to your valuable experiences that you show them every day. So if you really value your meditation time, your yoga time, your exercise time, your car ride time, your music time, whatever you value as a family, that is what you need to bring in, not just what your child values, but what you value as a family. So that was the next tip that's going to help you really escalate progress. Moving forward now into tip number 8, this is where you're going to review your work and document your results every day. So what you need to do is analyze these levels daily to journal your feelings as well as your best strategies. And so how you're going to be doing that, again, in the workbook, is you have ways to journal those things in your analysis and plan. You can write down in those boxes the levels every day that your child is experiencing. You document the level of connection and mindset, but also you can document your child's level of understanding spoken language, and you can document your child's levels of functional expression so that you see, where are we? Are we above the line? Are we below the line? Is progress happening faster? Is it stuck at a certain level? Even if it's above the line, is it stuck here and not evolving more quickly? Because you can spend a long time at these levels, even above the line, and see a little progress, or you see a lot of progress that goes up and down and up and down and up and down. And this video is all about what you can do to make your progress consistent and clear and rapid, right? How do we get this progress going more quickly? That's what you're looking for here. And that's how you do it, is by always paying attention to what you're doing. It's not just a random process. We talked before that on the previous video about in tip number 4, you have to show up really confident about what you're doing. The only way you know that what you're doing is working is if you document it. That's why therapists have to write notes. That's why they have to submit lesson plans. That's why they have to do all that stuff in order for the insurance company or the grant or whatever, even you, to pay them. Because otherwise, how do you know you're making progress? You're not going to know unless you document and you keep track of it every single day. Okay, now here we're getting into the last 2 tips for you to see more rapid progress, and they're just as important as the other ones. So pay attention right here. This one's really important, where tip number 9 is that you need to maintain consistency with your strategies. That's the other thing. As you're writing them down every day, your progress will show quickly with daily practice, focusing on your target areas. And so what you've done is you've done your profiles. There's a thing that we call here called the late talker profile, as well as the language facilitator profile. And this is where you find out those important, valuable things for your child, and you work on them every day. So you establish an itinerary where every single day you are planning out, what is the opportunity I am going to use as a facilitator? And you see there's 4 of them every single day listed for your weekly plan. These are just the things that you are developing, that you are in control of, that you're planning, that you're scheduling, that you're putting into your plan, so that you know right after lunch we're doing this, right after dinner we're doing this, right after this we're doing this. You know when these times are coming up. As a matter of fact, your child is coming to you every single day to bring you opportunities to teach them spoken language. When they bring you something that's stuck, that they can't open, you have the opportunity to teach them how to ask you to open that. If they're bringing you a toy they want to show you, if they're yelling at you to get you to look at them while they're riding their bike or going on the slide, or they want you to help them, come and push them on the swing, or read this book with them, or fix their video that, the battery's out on their device or something like that. All of those, every single day, all day, from the time your child wakes up to the time they go to sleep, they're coming to you with opportunities. And the way you stay consistent is by doing both. Responding to the child when they come to you with, I want to talk about this, but also motivating and training and facilitating every single day specific opportunities that are targeted to address the speech that your child wants and needs right now. Not next week, not in their future. Someday he'll need to know all the list of the kitchen items, or he'll need to know all the colors, or don't worry about all that stuff. Most of that stuff your child has already learned. What they need from you is how to use that vocabulary. And every single day, you need to not be teaching them new things as vocabulary by itself. It's an integrated, functional process that you have to use and plan every single day, or your progress goes like this: up and down, up and down, up and down. If you want to see consistent progress that moves up quickly, it's all down to consistency. And that's true for anything. If you want to teach your child potty training, you want to get them sleeping, you want to get them eating, you want to get them doing anything, you have to be consistent. This one is a no-brainer, right? Okay, so let's look at the last tip. Tip number 10, and that is this, and that is to use more advanced spoken language models. Full sentences that are far, 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 far above your child's level of speech expression. And this is the major key. This is the massive one. The thing that holds parents back, that causes inconsistent progress, that slows you down. It's nothing like you think. It's not your child's discomfort. It's not their diagnosis. It's not their need to keep moving. It's none of that. None of that. What it is this. It is you're not using more advanced spoken language models than your child is speaking. And until you start talking above them, they have nothing to rise up to. They have nothing to evolve into. Let's look again at this levels of spoken language expression. If you are not giving so much more speech than your child needs, they're never going to move up. They're never going to shift. In fact, they're always going to use what they know, and what they know is nonverbal communication. You're the one who's facilitating the shift from speech. Again, just like you as a facilitator, if you're not confident in showing up, you don't know what to say, you don't know how to talk, you don't know even what kinds of circumstances you can teach speech about. Your late talker, the same thing. If they show up, I don't understand what this is for. I don't know why we're doing this. I don't even understand what you're trying to teach me here. Then that's not going to help. It's too simple. You want me to do something? You want me to imitate you? Why do you want me to imitate you? What's functional about this? What's forward moving about this activity? And the reality is you're the one that has to show them this is what your future could be. This is what your potential is. This is what big kids do and how you can be a big kid. This is what daddy does and how you can be like daddy, because your child wants to be an adult. They don't want to be a baby. They want to move forward in their evolution. And if you keep holding them back by teaching them the same old stuff, not experimenting, not giving them new things, and not giving them better speech to listen to, they won't evolve their speech at all. And when you give them super evolved speech. So I'm talking about talk to your kids like they're going to college, because if that's what you want, or talk to them like they're a businessman, talk to them like they're the president, talk to your child like the adult that you want them to grow into be, to give them value as a person right now, today. Talk about their abilities, talk about their skills, talk about their talents, talk about their dreams, talk about their potential, not about the things they can't or won't do. They've heard so much of that, it's decreasing their motivation and mindset. What will increase a child's motivation and mindset to develop more is by you showing up and treating them like they're super smart, and challenging them to follow your spoken language. Instead of talking down to them, talk over their heads and encourage them to come up to you, because what will happen is if you talk too far over your child's head, you'll know. But if you are connected, if you've done these other 10 tips that I gave you today and yesterday on this videos, then you will know that you're on target, because you're connected, you're experimenting, you're trying new things, you're figuring things out, and you're not staying stuck in old things that aren't working for you anymore. Each one of these is important for you to consider individually. I encourage you, if you are a language facilitator and you've been following my strategies, to comment below with the strategies that you have used, that have worked for you, that you like, that you think are really good, that you've worked with your child. Which one of these are the ones from the other video? Let me know which ones are working for you. And other parents who see your comments will be more encouraged, right, to give it a try, because a lot of parents don't feel confident about their language facilitation abilities. And that's why I'm here, to equip and empower you to get the most progress, the fastest progress. And it's not, remember, because you're making it happen. You're not making anything happen. You're the facilitator. And with a language facilitator mindset, you have the potential to see the improvement that the parents in Australia, the parents in Dubai, the parents in India, the parents in the UK, the parents in Canada, the parents in the United States, again, you get it? All over the world, parents are doing this. And it doesn't matter what's causing the late talking. It could be autism spectrum. It could be tech addiction. It could be isolation. It could be multiple language exposure. It doesn't matter why your child is late talking. These 10 tips are going to help you facilitate progress, not just in weeks or months or years. Like someday your kid will talk. You can see progress in days with these strategies. And I'm saying
that confidently because I have seen it happen myself firsthand working with families. And I know that you can do this too, because this is not rocket science. It's language facilitation, and parents are the best language facilitators. I hope these top 10 tips that you can use to escalate, elevate, evolve your child's communication from wherever they are right now into improved spoken language that your child can use with everybody, so they can share their wisdom, their idea, their intelligence, their brilliance with the world. That's your job as the language facilitator. Your child's waiting for you to get started. Start with these 10 tips, and if you want to learn more, then you visit wavesofcommunication.com, and you can see all of the resources. There's books, there's videos, there's a free masterclass, there's workbooks, there's a guide, there's all kinds of resources. I've been putting things together for 5 years. Right now is the time that parents are deciding to give up things that don't work, to take over the job of facilitating spoken language with your child, because you can get faster progress. I know you can. Go out and give it a try. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all on the next one. Happy 2023. Let's get speech going super fast for these late talkers. Bye for now.
With a whole range of Waves of Communication resources, from free content to customized coaching, you now have access to everything you need to elevate spoken language to infinite success. You are welcome to get your journey started with my 11-week language facilitation journey to speech workbook. You can access this workbook and all of the language facilitation resources on my website, wavesofcommunication.com.